Hello everyone, this is AtomiK from the Max team, and I'm really happy to see all of you tonight for the Max League 6 qualifiers. And tonight I am with Clark's Ice Cream. How are you, Clark?
I'm doing great, man. I haven't casted anything in Castle Nathria yet, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing some of the ideas that are being brought today. I've been refreshing myself on some of these deck lists, and I'm actually kind of happy to see some variability today.
Yeah, for sure. So tonight we'll have 4 players from the United Kingdom. We'll have Judgment, Deadrock's Paradox, and Pocket Train in the same group. Just Deadrow already played his game, so we won't see a Deadrow's match tonight. Only Judgment, Paradox, and Pocket Train won. So the players that are here came from the pre-qualification stage, so they first managed to qualify here. And the two best players of tonight will qualify for the Max League 6 final event, the one where we will see a true winner. So without waiting anymore, let's start with the lineups, if it's okay for you.
Yeah, so the first game that we've got coming up today is going to be Paradox versus Judgment.
Yeah,
I don't think we have any bans right now, so we can
I
just
have the
go through.
bands. So
Oh yeah, the bans.
yeah,
Perfect.
so here you have Paradox lineup, and his Druid has been banned, so he will be playing with his Shaman, Quest Hunter, and Imp Warlock. So okay, you said that you didn't play that much of Castle Natria metagame, but do you have some thoughts on those 3 decks left for Paradox?
So yeah, he's got the shaman, the hunter, and
Mm-hmm.
the block, correct?
True.
Yeah, so these are some pretty powerful decks. Honestly, two of them are decks that I would not be surprised to see most players wind up selecting for their Masters Tour lineup. It looks like Paradox kind of has like an older list of Imp Block, or he's just trying to go all in on the aggro package because he's still running Piggyback Imp. He's still got Sea Giants, and I'm not seeing I'm not seeing Demonic Assault, so he's not all in on like the original deck that a lot of people were playing on the first day. But Blade Master Okani's in there as well in order to give the deck some kind of like counteractive, proactive plays it can maybe put itself in. But there's also the Shaman deck that everyone is really falling in love with. But Paradox is actually changing his list a little bit by not including Prince Renathal. He's just going with 30 card control shaman, kind of going back to what we used to see back in the previous meta in Voyage to the Sunken City, but we still have that Goldshire Knoll, Muck Pools, high roll possibility with schooling. So a little bit of a different take. There's also Quest Hunter as the last deck for Paradox. This deck does have Prince Renathal. It's also got the Wild Siege, which honestly complements the archetype perfectly, as much as I hate to admit it. And Paradox just seems to be going all in for the do things and win strategy.
Yeah, the Implock, as you said, has lots of different versions. This one is the most aggressive package, but and yes, we have some Implock with Seared Denatrius, for example, or even Tamsin. There are even Implock sorry, that are playing the package with the curses inside. So it's the first weeks of the metagame, so we don't really know what is the strongest way to play the Implock. So okay, yeah, Paradox choose the most aggressive one. Personally, I am really excited to see how the Quest Hunter will go, because I didn't face a single Quest Hunter during my claim to Legend since the new metagame. So I still think it's a very very strong deck, because yeah, it's just a quest deck. You complete your quest and then you kind of have the win. You have the new Wild Spirits and other Wild Seeds inside. Very strong package. We have seen that package in the Aggro Face Hunter. We have also seen it in the Big Beast Hunter. So it will be very interesting to see how that Quest Hunter will do tonight. So okay, we can now move to the next lineup. And here we have Judgment lineup, playing also Druid, Hunter, and also playing Mage and Rogue. So his wait for the ban. His Druid has been banned also, so no Druid for the first game.
No
So
Guff today, so you all can rest easy if you want Guff nerfed. You won't be seeing any play today.
and yeah, Aggro Hunter, Pink Mage, and My Rogue. Not that much new card in the main rogue, not a single one, if I am not wrong. Yeah, not a single new card in the main rogue. It's just the same powerful deck as before. But in the big mage, we have the totally new skeletons from the new extension playing the Kelsuzad. Have you played some skeleton mage already?
I haven't played much Skeleton Mage since the first couple days of the expansion. I've been experimenting with other archetypes, and I've been meaning to come back to a mage build, but recently, the Imp Lock with Sire Denathrius has been a deck that I've been experimenting with. Luna posted a rank 1 screenshot with Sire Denathrius Druid without alignment, with Kazakhstan still in the deck, by the way. It was actually a very interesting build. But the Spooky Mage is actually a deck I plan on coming back to, because right now the biggest question is the 30 card package better than the 40 card package? There are still some people that are trying to make the 40 card package work, but it looks like Judgment has settled on, I think, a little bit of an older list, because we're still seeing Fire Sale in this list, but he's not running the Prince Renethal in the deck, so we're still trying to just tempo out the Magister as soon as possible in order to get that hero power synergy going. You still have Kel'Thuzad as well as Mordresh giving you a win con, but there have been some people putting Sire Denathrius in this deck as well. Judgment has not made that choice. He thinks that that card might be a little bit too slow for this particular deck. Also seeing if in the spell packages, we're seeing Furies, First Flames, Wildfire, Solid Alibi, and Arcane Intellect, as well as the Fire Sale and the Cold Case for the early game. So I think this deck is maybe a little bit all over the place in terms of the spell inclusions, but for the actual win cons and for running 30 cards, I think this is the way that you want to build the deck.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, very strong archetypes from the new expansion. And then we have the Aggro Hunter with, I love that new card, the Collateral Damage. It just can give you so much damage with the Twin Bow Terror Coil combo. It's just too strong against decks that are playing board against Implock, against Mage. It's just a wonderful combo.
I've actually yet to run into it yet, but I've seen it happen to people, and boy, does it look painful.
Yeah, I love doing it because dealing 24 damage to the opponent is just too much fun.
Last but not least, but we do have Mind Rogue that you said without any major. I don't think this deck has any new cards actually.
Not
so
a single one.
Yeah, so there's really not much to say about this. There have been I think it was Vicious Syndicate that said that this deck could potentially see play if it was like a counter to one of the major decks that we were seeing in the meta. And I feel like one of the only decks that Mind Rogue really counters is maybe Implock, or maybe like some kind of Warlock that just likes to deal damage to itself. Because against Hunter, against Ping Mage, I feel like this deck is probably a lot less powerful. But I'm actually kind of curious to see what exactly brought Judgment to bring Mind Rogue in this particular field.
There is also the new Miracle Rogue with the coins and the card that is giving you an infinite damage weapon depending of how much cards you have already played. That just came out during this week. I think the players didn't have the time to bring it in their lineup because it's a very new deck, that Miracle Rogue, but maybe just stronger than the main Rogue version.
Yeah, it's also one of those things to where with Miracle Rogue, you need so many games. And if you're trying to prep for the Masters Tour right now, you can't afford to play 400 games or however many games that someone has been talking about on Twitter recently. Because I saw a post today where somebody was able to reach rank 8 actually, with Miracle Rogue, that I think Surrender ended up coming up with like the quote unquote 30 card list for. But I think that for Miracle Rogue, it has to be your pet deck, and if you just don't put enough games into it, it's just way too volatile of a deck to bring into any style of tournament, honestly.
I think it also depends of the kind of player you are, because if you already played lots of Garrot, lots of Boar Priest, you are maybe used of this turn you have to draw infinite cards, because yeah, it's always like the same thing. You have to count how much cards in your hand, how much mana you still have in your turn to do your turn. So I think it depends of what kind of player you are. Some will learn faster than others.
Yeah, and Miracle Rogue is also a deck for where if your machine isn't properly properly maintained, you're not going to be able to play the deck. Like there are some people that can maybe play it on an iPad or on their mobile device, but this particular deck, you want all the APM on your side.
I I played it on my mobile phone, and I just reached 50% win rate, which is okay because yeah, the miracle turn were too difficult to play it on my mobile, but it was still okay.
I've done Tog AP or Tog Woggle APM combos and Wild on my mobile device not too long ago. I was actually climbing on Wild last season, and I was able to do it. It is possible to do these kind of things as long as there's not too much like lag between each of your cards getting played. But I mean, this is why I love APM decks. It really challenges you as a Hearthstone player, and I'm always ready for the challenge.
Mm. Yeah, I understand. Same feeling. So okay, maybe let's see if the players are ready to start the battle.
I definitely want to see Paradox play this Shaman deck though, because I really haven't been seeing a lot of people buzz about 30 card Shaman since Habu Gabu reached rank 1 legend with his XL control Shaman, and it just seems like I don't know if people are just starstruck by the results that other people have gotten with XL Shaman, but I really haven't heard of any reasons why we should be playing 30 card Shaman as opposed to the 40 card Shaman. And looking ahead at Paradox's deck, like he's still running cards like School Teacher, which is a card we're not even seeing in the 40 card version. So it just seems that he's all in on this idea.
All right. I just told the players they can start when they are ready. So it should start very soon for the first round. Paradox against against Judgment. I will see their score against the draw because they already played, I think.
I think I just need one more person to add me. Or actually, I don't see Paradox online.
I see it online.
There he is.
Okay, perfect. So there is the new thing when a player is starting to fight. You don't have the eye to click on. You have to first click on the arrow, and then click on the spectate possibility. It's
I'm not gonna lie, I really do miss that feature because it just made the idea of just like spectating people so much easier. But now you got to click this, and it's like sometimes you don't even have the option to spectate anybody. And I don't know. I liked the eye, but this is a better feature than what we used to have. It is an improvement.
I don't really like because for the casting desk you want to see when the combat is starting, and if you already talked with the players, you only have recently chatted as an information, so you have to check very often if the game didn't start.
That
So,
actually is very inconvenient for Catherine tournaments.
yeah.
Because
Weeks
like
ago.
I kind of feel you. Like I'm literally just like hovering over it. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think I'm finally in.
Okay, alright. If you see when it's starting, just spectate. Yeah, we can. I was
All
close
right,
to miss it.
I am in. Looks like we got Judgment on the Hunter while we've got Paradox coming in with the Shaman. Yeah, he heard me on the caster desk and he wanted to prove to me why 30 card Shaman is better than 40 card Shaman. Well, Paradox, now it's your time to shine. Judgment though does have a very good mulligan that he can pull off with just the click clocker and the doggy biscuit. So that's already going to be, an insane start for him. But ooh, collateral damage. And the starting mulligan does feel rough as an aggro deck. Paradox does have Goldshire Null, though. It doesn't have the muck pools or the schooling, so that card's probably not going to be too useful until like the mid game.
I think this matchup is very strong for Paradox. Sorry, for the Hunter for Judgment, because yeah, even last expansion, the Quest Hunter, the Hunter was favored most of the times against Shaman because Shaman doesn't have that much healing before his hero card, so we can see, I think, the Hunter just going face and killing that Shaman quite early before the massive healing from Brucan.
I was gonna make the point that that Paradox does have double Snowfall Guardian as well as a Macaw in hand, so freezing the board is something that he's gonna have to worry about down the line. But this is something that's kind of interesting about the dormant cards, is that you can deny the stats at least a little bit from the Snowfall Guardian, but Paradox did just get a huge pickup with that schooling to not only get the null cheaper, but to get more stats onto the board. So clearing minions is exactly what he's gonna have to do right now. Judgment is kind of scrapping to put together his resources. He just kind of has to play his cards on curve and probably just go face here.
Yeah, and drawing the Trog on the turn of the Cavern is really strong, but okay, no Cavern here for Paradox.
He's denying that, but something else that could happen with that Trog is now coin into the Snowfall Guardian is going to just put one more minion on the field. And I feel like Hunter definitely wants to not play into the Snowfall Guardian to the best of their abilities. And just looking ahead, Paradox having three board freezes is pretty huge.
Wow,
okay,
what
wait,
a
is
top
Paradox
deck.
going for a mind play here? Is this mind games? I feel like he's oopsing in order to be like, oh no, I meant to kill that minion, but I actually want you to fill your board. I feel like he's trying to do some amount of mind games here.
Okay, I just saw Paradox webcam. He's currently facepalm and laughing, so I think he just missed that. Because he doesn't look happy about his play, so not sure about Paradox here.
I guess he just didn't think a step ahead, you know? Because if you think about it, if Judgment doesn't trade his minions, literally Paradox can just board lock him because you coin into the Snowfall. No. You do have a rush minion that pops out of the dormant minions. So you'll have one minion space available as Judgment to work with. But the point is, like, the Trog is actually going to be working against him here if he doesn't trade it off.
Okay,
oh, no.
He's letting that Florgal on board. And yeah, the freeze will finally come down. But Paradox is already at 18 health points.
Collateral damage is just not going to be what it needs to be at in order to win the game unless somehow Paradox plays more totems. I can't even think of a world where that's going to happen, but then you also have to play around the gigantic minions that are going to be generated in these next 2 turns.
Look at the top deck. Twin Bow Terror Coil. This turn you can quick shot Hero Power, and then on 7 you play your Terror Coil, and on 8 you just have the collateral damage combo, but you have to survive until that turn 8. Will this happen?
It could happen because if you're getting frozen for the next 2 turns, then yes. But it's just whether or not Paradox is going to be able to have enough damage when the second Snowfall Guardian comes down. But I don't think that he will. Because you're not going to be able to swing next turn. It depends if Judgment's going to trade to the 2-3, which technically gives you less damage, but it's also less stats onto your Guardian. Yeah, I think we're going to see the setup for the collateral damage. This could actually set up a possibility to win, depending on the minions that Paradox plays after he plays the Macaw or the Macaw freeze effect.
And if the minions are too big, at least it will help to clear them. If it's not giving you the lethal, it's still killing the Guardian, so it will be whatever a good thing for Judgment.
Paradox looks like he's going for attack into potentially Macaw into Cookie. I was thinking this would just be an auto jam turn 6 and maybe not even attack. But I guess you kind of just want to make sure you get the guaranteed damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like he's going to go for a bit more damage. I guess the lifesteal is the main reason why he wants to do this. But is he just actually playing into the collateral damage is the biggest question we have to ask ourselves.
You can't play around it, I think. Okay, 11 damage on Paradox board, but he can't go face off at the moment because of the taunt minion.
School Teacher can't find 5 damage for a 3 mana spell.
Yeah, but it won't whatever give you lethal, so yeah, you have to freeze that board. And now, this is time.
Is going to fill the board with the Iron Eating Trogs. Again, the Trog is doing more damage than it is doing good. 12 attack on the minion now. Wait, but it could die to collateral damage. Like you could just knock out this entire board.
Yeah,
and if Paradox doesn't hit the other macaw,
it will be lethal or board clear.
Oh wait, you actually can just set up the board clear. You're right. But wait, does this just kill? Wow.
Wow, one off.
Okay. Yeah. So the cookie did keep us alive for an extra turn, but the triple freeze didn't win this game against a hunter. That's nuts. Wow. Collateral damage actually the. Okay. Remember how I told you I literally haven't seen this happen like in person? I've only seen it like on streams. Now I get it. Now I get why this combo is so talked about.
Yeah, you see.
Isn't this interaction like quote unquote bugged? Like, weren't there some people that were discussing this? Like, I actually don't know if it's supposed to work or like after you kill the minion, if it triggers for a second time and hits the same minion that's died, you deal like an additional 6 or something like that. Again, I haven't seen the card in action too much, so I'm not going to be able to explain it the best. But there were some people that were talking about the interaction with that 8-drop being bugged, and I think that's the way that it's being discussed.
Because on Piercing Shot, you don't have the exact same way of functioning with the Terror Coil. So yeah, it's kind of strange also for me. Because yeah, I played Face Hunter the first day of the expansion, I think. And when I tried the interaction first, I was like, oh, it will not work, but at least I can try. And finally it worked. I was really surprised. But yeah, we'll see later if it's a bug or if it is intended.
I just haven't heard any comment on it, so I guess I'll keep my eyes out. Judgment does have a very interesting first turn to where he could just coin into the K9 Tron, and if he hits a 1-drop, it's just absolutely nutty. Okay, well, not that kind of 1-drop, but yeah, he still is able to potentially buff a Doggy Biscuit, but there's no way that the Warlock is going to let this happen. I feel like in terms of like imp lock builds, maybe this can be the one that can get through against Hunter, because this is already somewhat of an unfavored matchup for the Warlock. They don't have like the perfect curve.
Yeah, most of the time it's the players who will go first that has the upside and an aggro mirror. So here maybe the Warlock going first will have an edge on Judgment.
Yeah, you're at least forcing the Hunter to play somewhat defensively.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The issue with Warlock though is in order to get value out of some of your cards, you have to take damage yourself, and that just that gets the Hunter's lips like they just start licking their lips every single time you deal damage yourself, and that's just less damage that they have to deal with. It's not like this deck has healing like the old like Control Warlock days, to where if they were tapping, at least they were building up to something. This deck is just damage, and if it doesn't get there, it doesn't get there. Oh, wow. Double Wild Seeds? You could even just take the charge here and then set it up with the next couple of turns, but oh, this is going to be disgusting. You could even play it with Terror Coil. Oh my god, Judgment has so many ways of just being able to steamroll the board, while Paradox just seems to be kind of just gripping at straws trying to build a board here. Although this is a very big board, and Hunter cannot deal with a bunch of 1/1s.
And next turn, it's very likely that Paradox will be able to draw the new location, because he can draw infinite card with the impending catastrophe. So maybe with the location you just can give +7/+7 to a minion. You have the Twin Bow plus Wild Spirit combo that is very strong because it will make your Wild Seeds awaken 2 turns sooner, but it's also very slow.
And since you have both copies in your hand, like what I'm eyeing is play Wild Seeds into Click Blocker, and then you can Wild Seeds into trade Doggy Biscuit in order to try and get the most amount of potential clears. And now especially like wait, what?
He misclick. I just saw his it also happened to me every time. When you are some players are used to
Wow.
play the card with
He,
the
he
right of the
probably
screen.
he probably tried to play it on the side of the board that
Yeah.
was closest to his deck. Oh my god.
But
Oh, that would have been an instant win.
I wanted to talk about a play that Judgment could have done. It's just playing Wild Spirit without playing the Clink Worker, because by doing that the opponent can't sacrifice a minion, so you don't letting him space to play the Shady Bartender or the location, so you avoid any boost from your opponent. So yeah, it could have be a thing to not play any minion.
Oh, here we go. Let's see how good this
Yeah.
is. We've got another 5/4 weapon. That's not what we want to see.
A
And
rush
now we got the
minion.
taunt and the rush, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. The 4/1 will die.
Now Paradox missing that buff. It's huge. Oh my god, he got both taunts and rush. This might actually be enough in order to win the game. You still have another Wild Spirit, so you can potentially get even more value.
This plus the trade, the mistrade from the turn before also.
This was the true line. Oh my god, it's tragic. Okay, so Paradox can still buff these to 3 attack minions. And you can still go phase. So this isn't terrible, but yeah, this definitely feels bad because if that's the second Bartender, you could have just potentially won this game. You just literally won this turn. Even then, like, Judgment still has like a tall order to fill here in terms of like A, playing defensively, and then B, killing his opponent. Paradox thinking really hard on train then to the 2/2. I feel like you just want to close the game, right? Don't really understand why we'd want to trade. Maybe it just maximizes the board. Yeah, I guess Hunter doesn't really have any way of dealing with a wide board, so any trade you get is just, you know, additional damage your minion's gonna get later.
Yeah, because also Hunter has lots of spell to buff his minion, so if you are clearing the minion, it's less possibility for the Hunter to buff his own minions. Okay, Wild
I was
Spirits.
saying that that Warlock is supposed to be weak in this matchup, but even with a misclick on the tradable minion, Paradox is still like leagues ahead right now.
Leaving trade to the taunt minion. Ramming
Okay,
mode,
ramming
something.
That's actually helpful.
Yeah. But maybe not the
Maximize
turn.
stats on board.
Because you also can have the rush minion on Wild Spirit, and it's also better in the next turn to have maybe a taunt minion that will awaken. Okay. Ramming mount turn. Dealing in the Bartender. And we will also see a quick shot on the minion, I think, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was huge. This game looks somewhat winnable for Judgment now. Paradox does have a lot of resources in hand, though. Hasn't hit Sea Giant, so you don't have the card that, like, steamrolls the game, but at the same time, Vile Libraries are a pretty good second. Just make any imp into a Sea Giant, why don't you?
Yeah, Sea Giant is just so 2018. Here you just give a +7/+7 on your imp. It's enough.
Oh, I didn't even notice that the Slingers are on the deck. Yeah, this is a really old list.
Yeah, same.
I think Slingers were like something I saw on day one, but then I didn't see them after.
Yeah. Without Raise Dead, it's weaker than before.
Yeah, and like the only cards you can really use to activate it that isn't your hero power is the 2-drop imp.
Yeah, and
So
also
there's not a lot of synergy.
the Flame Imp, but yeah, only 4
Oh
cards
yeah,
synergy.
too.
Just not enough, I think. But yeah, players had to send the deck before, so not the optimal deck list. And here, just Judgment conceding the game, so 1-1 between the players.
Even with the mistrade on the bartender, Zulok is doing Zulok things.
Yeah, I'm happy for Paradox to not see that misclick being that much important, because it's also important for the mental you have when you sometimes you just keep in your head, oh, I could have won if I didn't mistrade. But yeah, here just going well for Paradox.
And one thing that might be advantageous to think about in the future is if you're going to play Shady Bartender, just play it to the left of your board. Just play it to the left and don't put it anywhere near the deck to where the game can maybe mistranslate it as, oh, you want to trade this card, yeah?
The trade has been out for 1 year, and I am still doing that mistake every week, I think.
That's one thing I honestly love about Hearthstone is stuff like that. You really don't think about it until it screws you over royally, to where you're like, all right, I'm never making that mistake ever again. And there's just like little details like that, little text that you can do in order to like give yourself a barely half percentage of an advantage sometimes, and it can just make a big deal.
Yeah.
Little percents can go a long way.
I think Paradox will learn about tonight.
Like it would be one thing if the placement of the minions would have actually mattered in this case, but in this case, yeah, we're not dealing with insatiable devourers, so it's not like we need to play the minion on the absolute far right.
No.
Judgment though has kind of the nuts
To
to start
Wildfire.
this game.
Yeah.
Has Wildfire, has Arcane Intellect, has Cold Case with Magister all ready to go. It even has the second Wildfire in order to really pump up this hero power.
And okay, if you are playing the Cold Case, you will enable the Sea Giant for Paradox. Because without it, Paradox just have a weak turn 4. He can't play the Infused Imp and Sea Giant costing 5 at the moment. But yeah.
It looks like he's going for the Cold Case.
Oh, but he can.
I was gonna make
the
the case for Arcane Intellect, save coin maybe for Magister.
And
But yeah, Sea Giant being a thing now, you can freeze it with your hero power, but then what? You're gonna have to hit Flurry, which we do know Judgment runs in the deck.
the location also can give you a freeze every turn if you have the 2 location, and when each turn you're using a different location.
Honestly, Judgment's just really lucky that Paradox doesn't have the library, which, oh man, there it is. It's coming out next turn.
What a call!
It's not RNG if you call it. Wow, and it went face. I was actually not expecting to see the trade there because I didn't want a 1-1 to die. But Judgment does have solid alibi in order to start playing around some of this now.
And the flurry is here. Can you hit the Sea Giant? The question. Or maybe you just keep it
You
for
don't
the
need
next
to risk
turn.
it, though.
Yeah.
You have the 0 mana ping.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you can play like solid alibi if you really wanted to, in order to still make that Sea Giant not a threat. You also have Flurry to stall for another turn. Then you can play Magister, hit the 1 and 3 on Flurry. Maybe there's a situation to where you can not play solid alibi. But then there's a 2 and 3 on hitting a good frost spell out of Magister no matter what. So there's a lot of ways that these frost spells can vary the gameplay a little bit here. But at the same time, they're all pretty good against Warlock right now.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. And also here, if the flurry is missing, you are just hitting 1 once. And yeah, maybe next turn 3 threes will come, so if you want your flurry to not hit the giant, at least you want it to hit 3 threes minion. But yeah, the library coming down.
Remember when pirates were the ones that were going charge? Now it's imps and demons. It's quite a change from what we're used to with smites and Sharon vessels. Okay, Reckless does 3. You could kill all the imps. One more will pop out of the imp gang boss, but you could still play Flurry. So there's a good shot that you will hopefully not take 8 damage. Oh, I'm so happy that they sped up this animation. Wait, how recent is that?
I didn't even notice it. But yeah, it's faster.
Oh yeah, and since the board was full, we didn't have to worry about the imp gang generating a minion. So this is still pretty good. Okay, so we didn't top deck Varden, so we can't just go for the potential scam. Solid alibi, really good.
Yeah, you need it here, I think. But okay,
PFR is interesting.
you are
But
freezing the board. You are only taking 1 turn, but 1 damage. But how are you winning that game? You can't just infinite freezing the opponent minion. You will have something this turn. On 7, Dom's Grub will cast again something, but where are you going to in that game? How can Judgment win that game?
I think the way that we win is by going face, playing the solid alibi. If Magister can hit the solid alibi, then maybe there's like a way you can top deck Mordresh and win the game from there. But at the same time, you don't have the mana to hero power. So maybe this would be like it would come down to Reckless Apprentice then, so you can double up the hero power. This feels really rough. I'm not sure. Yeah, because like you couldn't trade here.
I also like the going face possibility. Because yeah, whatever, I don't think Judgment will one day clear that board. And if whatever...
Oh no, Blade Master Okani.
At least Okani can't deny a hero.
But it can counter the next card, which is huge. Well, I mean, I guess at the same time, you don't have to play it now. Then you do have another 8/8 you can throw onto the board. Just vomit more stats.
Yeah.
Are you playing into Varden if you do that, though? Probably not.
What can you play if you are... Okay.
So yeah, that's where the Blade Master could come in, though. Counter minion, if you don't want to worry about Varden. Oh, and he's buffing the Blade Master? Okay. I get this. I understand this.
You can deal more face damage, whatever, so just make that Blade Master just unkillable with a spell.
So Varden has to hit solid alibi. And if it doesn't, then it's just GG. There's no way that we could find lethal. Turn 7 and this Warlock has I don't even know how much stats on the board right now. It's at least 33 attack thanks to my handy dandy Jack tracker. But yeah, this is just a lot of stats that we generated. File library is a hell of a card.
From Judgment, do you have more odds to draw the Varden with Arcane Intellect, or more odds to cast again the Frost spell and Undone Gripe?
Hitting 2 cards out of 17 or hitting a 25, I think. Is it 25 or 33? I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 frosts that have been played.
Oh, the flurries.
Well, then they also froze the worst minions, so...
Yeah. Maybe another
And there's
flurry?
a solid alibi. Oh, if you would have played Arcane Intellect, you would have been able to find it. It's just the classic situation, man. Where no matter which one you go for, the opposite was the correct play.
Yeah, never rewarded.
We should like coin it like a term for that in Hearthstone, like like Ragnaros's Law or something, where if it can miss, it will miss. Whatever high roll you choose not to go for, the other one would have been the right choice.
I see.
All right, well, Implock has a possibility of being able to sweep this entire lineup. Mine Warlock was what I estimated to be the way to beat Imp Warlock if you can potentially get the combo out really quickly. But at the same time, on the other side of the board, the Imp Lock can kind of march uncontested in this matchup. So I wonder how good Mine Lock actually, or how good Mine Rogue actually is. I mean, honestly, tempoing the lieutenants isn't terrible here. You can literally set up a potential win. Oh my god, wait, you can actually set up a win by turn 4 if you get the mine next turn.
If you draw very well. But yeah,
There's no situation where Warlock's not gonna summon a board, so
the Warlock don't have any way to deal with a stealth minion. Paradox isn't playing a Starfish in his list.
yeah, there's no way in order to stop the march. There's no mine though, so I don't think we can risk losing the Snowfall Guardian. Or I'm sorry, this is the Snowfall Graveyard. I always get these confused, man. Whenever I see the Shaman card, I call it Graveyard. Whenever I see the Rogue card, I call it Guardian. Again, Murphy's Law.
What is very hard right now is that the Rogue has a 2 graveyard because the location is also a graveyard. So sometimes you are just talking about the graveyard and you don't know which.
Seems pretty accurate. Rogue is chilling in the graveyard right now because it's kind of dead in all aspects. It's not a good time to be a Rogue main. So my thoughts and prayers go out to J Alex in this time of struggle.
Okay, which one do you?
Piggyback is actually just the nuts here. Oh wait a minute, no, you have a Fiendish Circle in order to buff up this one drop. That's just it has to be the play.
Yeah, and also better for Giant in few turns, better for location top deck. Yeah. Fiendish Circle.
Judgment looking like he needs to hit mine next turn, and otherwise there's just not going to be a way.
Yeah.
Bunch of imps. Might just have to trade the 2/2 away now if he doesn't end up getting something good here. Swiftstail Trickster. Oh, jeez.
No,
yeah, he is running the Burning Acolytes, but without Smokescreen, this just doesn't do anything. Honestly, Burning Acolyte would have been a great top deck too.
Yeah, you could have played it for 4 and getting two taunt minions.
I'm not sure if that would have won the game, but that would have been pretty close. At least it would look better than what we're seeing now.
Yeah, very painful for Judgment here. Fighting with...
Okay, so here's something I still see. If you have a... Okay, hold on. I think this is actually theoretical because if you end up doing this, your opponent can't trade the 1/1s. But I was just looking at, like, if you played the Forsaken Lieutenant and then top deck Naval Mine, you could attack face with the Lieutenants, play the Graveyard, kill off the Mines, and then kill off the Lieutenants, and that would be enough damage. The problem here, though, is that one of the Lieutenants would survive trying to go for this play because of how Paradox has filled up the board with the 1/1s. So, even with a Mine top deck, Judgment does not win yet. Okay.
Oh.
So, Judgment misplayed because he swung his weapon into the 1/3. He could have won the game right here if that didn't happen.
How complicated.
He can still go face with his weapon right now.
Yeah, there's just no way that he could win.
It's 20,
Judgment did swing his weapon into the 1-drop, right?
but he wouldn't have lethal anyway because if I am not wrong here, it's 24
How
damage.
complicated.
No, he has 3 with the weapon, and you can attack with the lieutenant to the face, and then it transforms.
Oh yeah,
And
I missed
you would
the
have been able to trade them into the 1/3.
yeah.
But now that it has 2 HP, you can't do that play anymore.
I missed the lion,
Time's ticking.
the face.
Yeah, that interaction took me forever to finally figure out too. But like, yeah, like Judgment actually had a very real chance of being able to win this game, but because of his dagger swing, Paradox is gonna take the sweep with the Warlock deck.
The
This
rock
is
deck.
okay, this is just one little thing I like about this meta.
Mm.
Decisions really feel like they matter right now. One wrong weapon swing was the difference between life and death in this matchup. That's just crazy to me.
Mine Rogue is very hard deck to pilot because it's just very little decision that you took turns ago that have a final impact on the game because yeah, every health point matter in Mine Rogue. So that's why it's a very difficult deck to play. Even if sometimes it just seems okay, I am playing the bomb, they explode, but very difficult to calculate turns before how much face damage you need to have lethal.
Yeah, but like again, decisions just seem to matter in this meta game, even with like the decks that we're seeing from the previous expansion. I just think that that's somewhat interesting to point out because there's a lot of games that are just 1-drop into Vial into Fiendish Circle and then you just lose. There are those games, but there's a lot more of these games where it is very much close and down to like the final couple turns or a couple of decisions that really do weigh into the outcome of the game.
So okay, next game we will have Pocket Train against Judgment.
So let's take a look at what Pocket Train has. So we don't have the bands yet from
We
these
have
guys
them.
yet, right?
Um,
Okay.
Pocket Train got his Mine Rogue band, and Judgment got his Druid band again.
We're just not gonna see Druid today, I guess.
I will send you the band.
Good old Boar Priest. I have not played this deck yet since the new expansion has gone live. I really like to pride myself in trying out some of the new cards, but I will point out that Pocket Train has made a change to this list. I can't tell you what card he took out, but he put in the Light It Burns in this deck as like an active removal tool. So this deck does technically have one new card in it. So therefore, it's a brand new deck, and we need to see if Boar Priest is rank 1 legend again.
Yeah, Dravo is also saying that Bob Priest is very strong at the moment. The draw is playing. Sorry, not the draw. Dravo. Dravo is playing the new location in his Bob Priest. So Pocket Train is not, but yeah, few new cards can go in the new Bob Priest.
Running the location in Boar Priest?
Yeah, because it is giving you three draws, and it's also great on the Pyromancer to help you to do some clear. And yeah,
Yeah, and you can also, if you switch a Rue and get a low roll, you can actually save the Pyro. That's actually huge.
and yeah, if you are just having a very bad draw in the first turns, you have just 3 draws for 3 mana. It's kind of slow, but in some
And if
games,
you really think about it from like a metagame perspective, Boar Priest's worst matchup was Alignment Druid. Alignment Druid is actually not all too common, at least at the legend ranks. There are some people that are still lurking around with it, but like overall, like Alignment Druid has been lacking and underperforming for a lot of people. So I feel like you can maybe go with the idea of just banning Druid every single time if you're still bringing a lineup like Boar Priest or Phylactery Warlock. Not so much on Phylactery Warlock, but case in point, you can still go for like a ban Druid lineup and still do well in a particular tournament. So I wonder if Pocket Train is just gonna bust out Boar Priest and potentially win another Masters Tour because of it. It looks like the players are just getting into a game, are just challenging each other, so we'll be able to get this game going here very, very shortly. I think it's also kind of interesting that the Pocket Train is still going for the Phylactery Warlock. I've heard him talk about this deck, I think on day 2 or day 3 of the expansion, but I haven't really seen anybody else mess with this deck except for Tice, and he gave up pretty quickly on it. I'm also kind of sad to not see combo Questlock coming from Pocket Train. I think that deck is interesting, but it's probably not the best to be playing right now.
The game started?
Just started for me, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I will join.
Okay, so I can't spectate Pocket Train for some reason. I'm gonna exit out of here real quick. It looks like Judgment is playing Mage, and I believe Pocket Train was playing Warlock. Yeah, he's playing Warlock.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
All right, I'm in.
Perfect.
So we got Judgment on the ping Spooky Mage, while Pocket Train is rocking the Phylactery Mine Warlock deck. Has not found the rod yet, so just gonna tap these first couple of turns, while the Mage actually does have its proactive game plan ready to go. 2, 3 into 4 into Varden, or I'm sorry, into Dawngrasp Hero card. Honestly, we might even see that on turn 6. So this just comes down to how quickly can Pocket Train draw his combo and threaten lethal, so that way he just doesn't die to the Magister hero power. Mine on the top deck. Okay, so this is probably going to be a very low impact game at the very beginning, but the Mage is going to have like all of the tools in order to just start steamrolling very quickly if Pocket Train isn't able to at least deal with the minions that get pressured here. Because it's not even necessarily about the fact that the minions are going to deal damage themselves. It's the fact that they also deal death rattle damage even after you kill them. So even in death, these minions are still a threat. And oh my god, wait a minute. Theotar could actually just win the game right here, right now. Take that Phylactery. Pocket Train literally cannot win. And it's kind of hilarious to think about how you can give your skeletons another death rattle of dealing 2 damage. Alright, well, he's going to take that damage. Judgment only takes 4, while Pocket Train is already at 12. What is this deck good against? I really don't know.
That Warlock?
I mean, it's good against, like, slower decks.
Yeah,
But
I think it was
doesn't seem good.
just some kind of prediction from Pocket Train, having the feeling that, oh, I think this is a good deck. I will put it in my lineup, but yeah, maybe he didn't have that much time to test it, to try it.
Oh my god,
Wow.
he hit the Phylactery, and he's gonna give him a coin. Or I guess you can give him the flurry, because you can... Oh my god! Oh, he's gonna be so mad! Oh, there's a combo player that breaks my heart. Oh. Oh my god. What can you say? What can you say? This is the reason why people are quote unquote saying that combo is dead. bring back combo, please, as literally the guy who's rank 1 legend on EU right now.
Yeah. I saw
Who-
a tweet from Jarla saying that this card is even worse than Ilusia.
Yeah, that was a Yarla tweet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but I can understand. I can understand the sentiment.
Okay.
Since it is a neutral card, you could argue that you're going to see it more often, but at the same time, you have to roll. You have to high roll with it.
Yeah, it's more close to Mutanus. But okay.
The possibilities are
Like a
endless.
good combination of both. At least Mutanus can't eat your legendary spells.
He's back. Siotar is back. Ready to
Okay.
steal some boars.
Yeah, Pocket Train though on the board, Priest. I finally get to see how good this deck feels now.
Oh, I know what will happen. On 3, Pocket Train will switch hero, drawing a boar, and then Judgment will play Siotar the Mad Duke and stealing a boar.
Oh no.
Okay, no boar.
I mean, stealing Felish, stealing Handmaiden. Honestly, stealing Handmaiden goes a long way.
You already have Pyromancer
Pyro.
and Gift of the Naru, so you are just pre-stress from drawing infinite cards.
Stealing Pyro is actually insane too. Oh my god, dude. It is the 3-1 Pyro. But still.
At least
How does
no balls.
How does this deck win with only 1 Pyro?
You can because yeah, before when there was a Control Warrior, also you are always losing 1 Pyro to Mutanus. Is
You did have the powers.
is
Sure,
Pocket
you
Train
have that
playing
spot.
the Smite? Because with Smite you can just kill all your boars without playing the Pyro.
Oh
Momentum.
yeah, that's the card that he cut for the light it burns. Because you can
Oh.
actually use that card on your own board, right? Like it's not just enemy minions.
Yeah, because if
Yeah, it's your own minions as well. That's actually a really good tech then. Always forgot about Holy Smite.
Because first you play 2 boars with the card, then the first amulet is putting back 2 boars, and you can kill on your own 1 boar with the spell, and then you are summoning 3 other boar with the other amulet, and then you can kill them all with the 1 mana spell. So yeah, without Pyro you can do your combo in 1 turn also.
So he's not out of it yet. Judgment is gonna probably have to. This just looks like Boar Priest is really good into this mage deck. If they don't have like the combo ready or like have Mordresh ready to go. But with only having 1 Pyro, you got to make that Pyro turn matter. Really just need to hit a Cleric, I guess. Just seeing that minion on the other side of the board has got to make Pocket Train feel very unhappy. But again, like he doesn't even have the Acolyte or the Northshire, I mean. So we can't even really do much with this yet. And try to draw it from Switcheroo. We got Borin to Handmaiden. Handmaiden not terrible, but still, this is becoming harder to manage. It's just becoming really hard to manage all these resources, and at least the mage, or for you as the priest, you're thinking that the mage has a lot of time before they start killing you. But when they start killing you, it goes pretty quickly.
yeah. The match can just come too quickly. Okay, Judgment is doing it kind of slow, trading the minions, putting some board.
Magister is definitely coming out next turn. I don't think you necessarily need to play Deathblow or play Deathborn or even freeze your own minion. You're just kind of chilling until you play your Magister.
Is someone injured?
Okay, so Pocket Train can finally start this combo. Wait, he plays Devour.
He has another one. Yeah, it is.
How good is Valish gonna be now? I think it recovers 4 mana, 5 mana?
Okay, yeah, Pocket Train is playing that very, very well. We can see how much game he has done with the deck. I tried Bob Priest. I did like 50 games with a Bob Priest, but Pocket Train is playing so much so great. It's very beautiful to see a players playing the Bob Priest in a close to perfect way.
I wonder why he didn't play Illuminate there.
Maybe for if the Pyro is still alive.
Yeah, it does keep the Pyro alive. You have to upgrade the hero power or play something else in order to deal with it. This also raises the question, how is he going to win with only 1 Devour and no Pyro? Because even if you do play the Light It Burns on your own board,
you have the full clear, the full combo with the Light It Burns. Because you only need 3 board to die before playing the second amulet.
okay, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so he does have that combo already. So it looks like Judgment just... Okay, yeah. I was somehow not getting that. But no, that does make sense. You still have a minion in your hand, too. You can always trade the I think it's
Out of cards.
this is just lethal now, right?
Do you have enough mana?
Yeah, I have been paying attention to the trades. But if that second amulet is at 3, then you can just do it to
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you can also use the
okay.
skeletons. I didn't even think about that.
It's also working.
I am almost out of cards.
And the Lighted Burns was already played,
There you
so
go,
okay.
man.
We didn't have the combo we talked about.
Is someone
Just when I thought that you literally couldn't do it this turn. God, I love watching Pocket Train play this deck.
Yeah,
He's always thinking outside the box. I mean, but that's what happens when you play like 1,000 games of Boar Priest. I've only played like 200.
no, it's still great. 200.
Okay, so the mage is definitely out for the count now. No mana to work with. You're not you have no way of being able to play anything. We're not like playing alignment or anything. So Pocket Train might be able to switch this around. But at the same time, you still have Imp Lock, you still have Quest Hunter. Quest Hunter is already kind of a not good matchup, I would say. I don't remember being very fond of that matchup whenever I was playing into it. But I have no idea how Imp Lock does against.
shall we dance?
Wait, wasn't Mind Rogue banned?
Wait. On the draw side. On the Judgment. It was Druid banned. It's the one for Pocket Train that is banned.
Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, okay, I was looking at the wrong line, I suppose. Okay, so never mind. You still have Aggro Hunter that you have to worry about and Mind Lock. Or and Mind Rogue. So we have the mine already in hand now. We have no way of really being able to use Pocket Train's minions in order to trade the naval mines away. So this might come down to how we can high roll with Smokescreen. Considering now that we can play turn 4 Graveyard into prep smoke screen on turn 5. Or now that we just have the Trickster, we don't even have to worry about that. Do also just have a lot of damage we can pressure with the weapon, I guess, too. So this is just 12 damage with the swing.
Okay, yeah, we have the Trickster smoke screen combo. Yeah, with the graveyard first, of course.
What's in it? We're gonna hit the other naval mine. It was really unlucky that we hit the acolyte.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, and 5. No
value.
Deathratter.
Does it even swing the weapon?
He didn't.
I guess you don't necessarily need to, but at the same time, what if you top deck the other weapon? Isn't that just still a good play? I guess you prevent healing. Okay, that's actually the reason why you prevent healing, because you still have 12 damage right now. You have naval mine into you have a lieutenant into naval mine, and then you have wicked stab into prep cold tooth. That is 28 damage. So if Pocket Train doesn't use Desperate Prayer here, he's actually dead. Okay, yeah, that's GG. Wow, dude. Literally, he just needed to play Desperate Prayer, and this wouldn't have been a play. Ah, it's so sad.
Yeah, Pocket Train doesn't look happy.
Bomb Rogue is still a bit tricky, dude. It's still a bit of a tricky deck.
I tried Bomb Rogue as I was too bad with it.
It's a very punishing deck, both for both players.
Also, yeah, also very
'Cause, like,
interesting to play against.
Because I don't think I would have gone for like the prep Snowfall Guardian or dang it, prep into Snowfall Graveyard into the smokescreen play with the Trickster. I don't know why, but I somehow always forget about that combo. It's just literally 5 mana, double your battle cries.
So, okay, only Hunter left for Pocket Train. This matchup should be great, I think. You can just kill
Shall we dance?
the rogue fast, but okay. If the rogue is killing on turn 5, you can't be that fast, but in most of the game I think the Hunter will be faster than the rogue.
But Pocket Train does find the Trog though. That kind of makes the early game kind of awkward from Judgment if he wants to do anything with like prep.
Yeah.
But with a Shatter Shambler in turn 1, that's like the perfect response. Top deck's another Trog.
Pocket Train has the canine minion to dredge for the Trog maybe.
Ends up hitting Wild Spirits though, which is kind of good on turn 3 against Rogue. They already have to dagger and develop a weapon proc into this. This is actually like really good to give Pocket Train a little bit of stabilization here. Depending on what he rolls here. Okay, not terrible. I don't even think that we want to see a taunt here. I think that we really just wanted to hit the weapon.
Sorry, my spectator mode bugged, so I was still at the mulligan. That's why I'm coming back.
Right now it's turn 3. Judgment has possibilities of going for prep Snowfall Graveyard into sketchy information to the same turn. Pops off 8 damage with Shatter already enabled. That's 16 damage total. So all you really need to do is just hit a lieutenant, and then you can potentially fire back an OTK or some out of large burst combo. But Pocket Train is just sitting with a lot of minions, and this board really isn't going to be going anywhere. It looks like Judgment's going to go for the best plan to initiate his only real way of winning. Like, if you don't hit Lieutenant, I actually don't know if this is doable.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm back. And yeah,
Even if you hit the second mine, it's not good enough. Because that's 16, 19 with the tooth. And the hunter is probably going to have enough damage to kill us by then.
yeah, the wild seed will awake in 1 turn, giving you the weapon. 3 more damage.
To the Nefarian onto the 1-3, find some options. You also could just smork.
Don't you have possibility of lethal in 2 turn if you're going face?
What
Because
shall
let's
I
say that
do?
those tooth are 6 damage. You're putting your opponent to 16, and 16 is a breakpoint with main rock because your main are dealing 4. So putting your opponent at 16 is maybe a thing.
It would make Lieutenant as well as the second naval mine or even sketchy information lethal.
Yeah.
So I think that actually is just the best thing to do here. You are probably going to get like 2 more turns maximum from the hunter here.
I don't
Because
think.
next turn I think they're getting this 5-4, right? Yeah, they get the weapon next turn.
Okay, he disagreed.
Ignite.
Clash of the Colossals. You can have a board clear.
Yeah, do that. Hit what's it called? The Blackwater Behemoth. Have
Oh,
lifesteal for the rest of the game. Still find a way to lose because you're playing rogue.
also the one from Warlock was great. That is clearing the board. That is eating the board, sorry.
We're actually 1 damage away from lethal if we top deck Lieutenant or Naval Mine, which is very sad to report. Yeah, I don't even know what spell would have been the best to find out of the tooth.
Against
Maybe
the
like a
odd from
priest AoE?
Priest. That is killing
Yeah.
all the odd attack minion.
Oh, clean the scene. I don't think that would have killed the 5-4, but yeah, that would have dealt with the Trogs and the mech. But as a rogue, we want to kill our opponent.
Yeah.
This is the thing I really hate about Mind Rogue. Sometimes you just kind of have to go all in and be like, well, if I hit it, I hit it. Oh, Acolyte?
It is not
The
leaving
last
you.
turn that you have with
Because-
the graveyard.
There's still the aim shot. Oh, I forgot that there was the graveyard.
Yeah, the last turn that we get the value from that.
It's currently 5 off for Pocket Train.
If you would have had the rush minion, that would have been almost lethal.
It would have been.
Oh my god, but with double aim shot, we don't even care. We just don't even care about these taunt minions.
Yeah, but you don't have enough mana, so I think you just play one this turn and the other one next turn.
Yeah, I guess that's how you maximize damage. It literally is just lethal from hand without even trading.
Yeah, you don't hit face with you don't hit with your weapon. You don't want to be killable. Okay, both aim shot will be played.
It's a lot of face damage we can do though. And now we just set up this hero power that does 7, I think.
6.
Oh, 6, my bad. 2 mana fireball just ready to go.
Wait, 4, 7, 11. Yeah, you are still far from lethal.
I don't think there's any way that Judgment could have won this game here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He just didn't hit the death rattle support. He hit like he pretty much hit 1 card from each package, but didn't hit the other card to supplement it. He didn't hit the lieutenants for the mines. He didn't hit smokescreen. from the tricksters, and by the time that he got the value from his graveyard, it was already too late.
Hey, found armor.
That's all for now.
But yeah, it's not enough. 2-2.
So next is aggro hunter versus aggro hunter, right?
Yeah.
Good old face hunter mirror. Who's going first?
I hate playing that mirror. I love playing Face Hunter, but playing the mirror is not so great to play, in my opinion.
I mean, it's a coin flip. It really does come down to. I mean, I guess in this matchup, it can kind of come down to who high rolls the better wild seeds, but I mean, it's still a face hunter deck at the end of the day. You just want to deal damage. You just want to play your cards without having to play defensively.
None may interrupt my watch.
But Pocket Train does have coin 2 into a Doggy Biscuit. So maybe this just turns into a game where it's all about whoever makes the bigger minion and gets the better trade and sticks the ramming mount.
Yeah, Ramming
That's another
Mount
thing
is
that can happen in this
insane.
matchup. It's
The
the
mirror.
immune being just broken. Oh no, but there's the Trog. Oh god.
The unity mine is mine.
I can already feel the rage from Pocket Train. I can already feel it. So the real question is, how is Pocket Train going to be able to turn this around? And how is Judgment going to be able to keep himself ahead to where Pocket Train is just going to play defensively? This is one thing that is definitely frustrating about playing the Hunter class. Going first feels broken at times.
Quickly. My blood boils for war.
Okay, so next turn, Judgment will be able to just play his Wild Spirits. Because yes, I will.
Pocket Train is still trying to be able to deal with this Trog. Like, oh my god, dude. If this game would be going so different if the Trog wasn't here right now.
There's still lots of stats on board for 2 mana. You can have a 3-4 and a 1-3 for 2 mana, it's great. But yeah, here you are thinking about the Wild Seed.
Is the Arlon really that worth it?
No, I don't think so, that's very too slow.
Quickly.
Even if you are coining it, it's way too slow, I think.
Did put that on his deck though. The 5-drop.
Yeah, maybe I'm just too bad at this game. Okay, didn't think it was a possibility, but yeah. Let's see if it will pay off.
I didn't think it was either. I honestly don't understand the logic. I mean, I guess like so you trade the Trog. You have ramming mount. You now kill into the Slither Spear. You can coin out the 5. I mean, maybe this is enough to win. I look at this card whenever like I'm playing up against a hunter, and I'm like, oh, you just spent 5 mana to do nothing. Like if you have wild seeds in hand, that's if you have wild spirits in hand, that's something else. But usually, like, I'm not threatened when this card comes down. Like, case in point, like, if you were to coin into it right now, it literally is just a 5 mana pass your turn. You can attack into the taunt. But it just doesn't seem that good to me. Yeah, I'd rather make a bigger board. I agree with this. I guess your turn 5 is solidified. But now Judgment's going to do the same thing. So how good is it actually going to be now? Yeah, I guess Arlon is good if you just play first. Oh my god, and now you have the other wild seeds. Oh, this is not fair. This is so one-sided.
Yeah,
Pocket Train had a chance here for like literally a turn.
but at least yeah, the Click Clocker will be able to take
No
a
creature
nice
deserves
trade
cage.
with his Divine Shield.
Got to play defensive.
But yeah, the Wild Spirit will be insane.
And now 3 of these dormant minions are about to wake up. Potentially another 3-1 if the Wild Spirits hits another one.
You still
Yeah, you
can't
can
have
just
clear trades.
attack with the weapon.
You can't clear the whole board currently, but yeah, Judgment is at 29. What can happen to him?
Boy, what's in the box? Is there 3-1? There's another 3-1. God, I knew this archetype would be insane, but jeez. I immediately dismissed Arlon. But if Judgment did not play Arlon this last turn, like, he would not be this massively ahead. Can Hero Power in order to maximize the damage. So then next turn you can deal 9 from face, or 9 from hand. Yeah, the classic Face Hunter matchup where one person goes first and is able to do the powerful move before the other person. Pocket Train may have had the possibility of coining out the 5-drop, but the biggest difference between the 2 players is that Judgment hit the Wild Spirits. I think he hit both copies of them, actually. And that card just damn near solos the mirror. And Pocket Train had the Wild Spirits on the bottom 4 of his deck. Oh, it's tragic. There was just too much setup. And it looks like Judgment's gonna walk away from this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything from Pocket Train's side. Lethal yet.
Okay.
Possible to turn this around?
Yeah, I don't. The question now is how Judgment will be able to lock the game. He can do Barak and then trade a biscuit to give a rush to maybe his 5/4 that can trade into the taunt minion.
And then you can just set up Terror Coil into Quick Shot Hero Power. So yeah, Doggy Biscuit I think does just win it.
Or you just play the biscuit on your 4/5 on Avalon. Yeah, if you
there
are
it is.
trading and giving rush to Barak, it's too bad.
Yeah, so Pocket Train has to find a win right here, right now. Which is not very doable without a 0-mana hero power.
Yeah.
And even then, that's 6 plus another 6 plus 7. Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah, I don't see how Pocket Train can win that one.
Another reason why I just don't like Hunter matchups. Like again, like this just kind of felt like it came down to whoever played first. The Trog did so much to disrupt what Pocket Train could do in the early game to where playing additional minions just didn't work out. And then Judgment was also able to get the Wild Seeds out before Pocket Train, and then also was able to play the Wild Spirits before Pocket Train.
Yeah, the Trog is just giving a biggest edge on the player who is going first, because the player who is going second has the coin but can't use it if there is a Trog on the other side. So yeah, it's even one-sided with the Trog for the player who is starting. So yeah, victory for Judgment.
At least Judgment has not lost both series today.
So now we can have Pocket Train against Paradox. I will tell the players they can start. So, okay, first, the draw won 2 games that he played today and yesterday. Judgment lost 2 games, so Judgment is, even with this win, out of the Max League. So the last spot is between Pocket Train and Paradox. Both players won 1 game, so it will be on who will win this one that will go to the main stage between Paradox and Pocket Train. If I am right, I might be wrong, but if I write it down well, it's between Paradox and Pocket Train.
Looks like with the bans that we have, Pocket Train banned Druid, which is to be expected. 0% play rate from Druids today, 100% ban rate. While Paradox went for the ban on Boar Priest.
Yeah, totally true.
So that's just the meta pick right there. You just want to ban his best deck immediately. It also just it conveniently isn't good into your lineup as well. So the Paradox is gonna have, I think, a little bit of a challenge here, depending on how quickly Pocket Train might be able to win with his combo decks. There also is just a possibility of Aggro Hunter being really good, but I feel like the one deck that he's really worried about is the Shaman. Shaman feels kind of difficult to beat, although it does have 30 HP. I gotta keep remembering this, that Paradox isn't playing the 40 card Shaman, he's playing the 30 card Shaman. So that also means he's at 30 health. So maybe Hunter does have what it takes in order to sweep this lineup.
Okay, this time I hope I won't miss the start of the game. Because I just have the players recently chatted, so I don't see if they are starting.
Looks like they're preparing to battle each other, so they'll be hopping in pretty soon.
Right.
I am able to get into a game with Pocket Train. Let me see if I can spectate Paradox as well. All right, looks like we got the first game. Paradox is on Implock, while Pocket Train is on the Aggro Hunter.
Great.
So Pocket Train might actually be going into the idea of I have to sweep with Hunter in order to win, and Paradox just might be going with the same idea but with Warlock. But Paradox probably has a better chance of being able to win with his other decks. I feel like Pocket Train, his Warlock deck is really running him down in this lineup right now. So if it comes down to the Warlock and needing to beat everything, I think it's going to be kind of difficult for him to take the W home.
Caught this one eating party snacks.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Immediately hitting the Rush minion.
Why do you call?
Really good start here from Pocket Train in order to maybe keep himself onto the board. Ooh, Doggy Biscuit. No, I probably can't play that yet.
One eating party snacks.
Debatably hit the worst one here. Yeah, because you really wanted like the taunt maybe in order to stop the imps. At least the board isn't being too developed into, so you don't have to worry about Sea Giant. But if that hits a 1-drop value, you might have to start worrying about it now. Did you ever pick Terror Coil just for a turn 4? I guess there is just trade Doggy Biscuit. You can trade the 2 minions and you don't have to worry about the Giant anymore. Oh, but he doesn't play around Giant. Okay, so how impactful is this going to be? All Pocket Train needed to do is just trade into a 1/1, and this 8/8 would not be here right now. We do have what it takes to kill it. We've got 3 damage plus the barb nets plus trade minions. So maybe this isn't the worst thing in the world. But suddenly, looking ahead to what Paradox has with the Imp King Rafam, building back the board is actually not too difficult here, like, at all. Teeth? Okay, I saw Pocket Train hover over the 1/1 for a trade. He can't be thinking about going for the value trade with the 3/1 next turn, right? Dude, we're gonna be taking 8 damage. Wait, what? This is a ballsy play. What if he had Vile Library here?
Sorry, we don't have any ink.
I'm so confused. Is it because he says I'm gonna be able to kill you in 2 turns and you can't stop me? Is that the reason why we're doing this? I guess I kind of get it. You're still trading it to the giant anyway. This is now 14 damage that you could pressure this turn if everything were to go face.
No creature deserves to be caged.
But you could also just build up the wild seeds here. I don't even really know if you needed to do that, in all honesty. I just wonder if going face was the right option. But then we're not playing around Rafam, so yeah, I guess this is just better. Rafam isn't nearly as good now. You want to save Ramming Mount for after that. Okay, that makes sense.
Obey me.
You get the extra 3/1 in order to trade into the board. We don't have enough for lethal yet. Wild Spirits would be good to give us another taunt. Don't hit it, though. Was it ever possible to set up a... I don't think it was. So now we have to somehow clean up a decent amount of damage here. We can trade into Rafam if we Ramming Mount the 4/5. So we can easily kill 4 of the minions that are on the field right now. Yeah, this is actually still looking very winnable for Pocket Train. You can even play a Slither Spear in order to make a 3/3 while you're doing this. Don't really think you care about getting Trog value at this point. Maybe you just Hero Power instead of playing Quick Shot. So it looks like Pocket Train is trying to go for a potential lethal here. To where if you don't kill like all of the minions, then Wild Spirits into Hero Power Quick Shot is going to be enough if you have 2 damage to survive. But Paradox actually has exact lethal with the Vile Library. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I thought that Imp Lock was supposed to be super unfavored into Hunter, yet 2 times today we've just seen Warlock just exceed all expectations.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that much the game. I was setting the overlay for that game. But yeah, 1 victory for the Imp Warlock. So yeah, another question is for Pocket Train. With which deck you want to counter the Warlock? The Warlock has gone 4-0 currently. So can Paradox sweep again with his Warlock? Pocket Train will try to counter it right now. I don't know which deck he decided to play.
Pocket Train has queued the OTK Warlock.
Your soul shall be mine.
No one
And if he
matches
doesn't win with
my
this, then he
power.
has to 3-0 with Mine Rogue, which I feel like against Shaman is going to struggle the hardest.
Out of
but that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. Right now, we got to see if Pocket Train can get the win with the Mind Loss, though. And I feel like if this was like the deck to counter Zulok, people would have already figured it out. I don't really feel like this is the best matchup for it.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, Mind Lock is literally bad into all of Paradox's lineup, and even into the Shaman to a lesser extent.
I
So if
think
it's not going to win now, it's just not going to win ever.
we might see a 6-0 for the Implock. I was kind of yeah, I didn't understand why the other players didn't bring the Warlock aggro, because I think it was one of the main deck right now, but only Paradox brought the Warlock aggro. So
When were these decks submitted?
I don't know. I don't have the exact deadline, but even in the first 2 days, Imp Warlock was one of the best deck. But yeah, of course they didn't have that much time to prepare, so it makes sense.
Horrible start for Pocket Train here. Like, he's got to do what he can in order to just like clear these minions. Luckily, you do have the Grimoire, so you can just remove everything. But Paradox already has the Imp King in hand, which is why I said this doesn't really feel all too good. Played Shady Bartender, but I think it's just better to do that after you play the Rafam. How does Pocket Train beat Rafam, actually? Probably just wants to jam Rod, even though Rod doesn't even do much. I feel like Spicy Bread Baker would probably be the play here if you knew that Imp King Rafam was coming down. But even then, like, there's not anything you can do to stop this. Oh, he's just gonna take the immediate damage? Wait, this... Oh, he's playing around Entitled Customer. Okay, that's what he's doing here. I actually didn't notice that copy in his hand. So yeah, now if Pocket Train can draw the other Entitled Customer, he can deal with the second wave that's about to hit him. But he's also sitting at 7 life.
Yeah, the Warlock doesn't have a direct face damage, so if Pocket Train can just clear every board that Paradox will create, it will be fine for him. But yeah, Rafam
Easier said than done, though, yeah.
is coming. Hellfire can deal with Rafam. Because, oh no, there is the Imp Gang Boss. If Paradox would have only summon Classic Imp, he would have been able to have the full clear by trading the customer into the Rafam. But because of, okay, whatever, the trade allowed him to kill the customer, so no clear. And no, it doesn't look easy for Pocket Train to clear that big border.
You can heal for 9. You can coin the Hellfire and prevent 9 damage as well. You're technically not dead to that. Then maybe next turn you can try to set up Rod discounts to be good enough. Still sucks though. So any buffs is gonna be a win. I guess, yeah, there's only one Shady Bartender left in the deck. That's the only lethal option for Paradox here, but he doesn't even really need it. Yeah, just go for the Sea Giant. Think you could top deck expired the Entitled Customer.
Okay.
And that could work.
The hand will get reduced. You can double Drain Soul for 8 health points.
Yeah, that's worth noting. You could also technically play Impending. I think you have the mana to do that, just to get another copy in your hand. Probably thinking about whether or not he needs to kill the giant or if he needs to spread the love on the minions.
Haven't heard of me? You will.
I feel like killing giant is just way too important. Wait, we're not playing Blood Mage? Okay. This does clear everything. Draws us another card. Don't have to play Impending. Alright, Pocket Train found the full clear. Granted, Paradox does have the mischievous imp here. Gotta feel terrible. We used all of our AoE now. We don't even have like a way of clearing our own. Okay, we technically do because we have.
Oh, look at the top deck.
Oh my god.
What a deadly Tamsin.
Allow me to.
We don't even need to go for the full combo anymore. Like, we just have Naval Mines already. That's 8 damage. We just need 1 minion to get this Death Rattle. Pocket Train actually might have done it.
And now Pocket Train is at
Yeah, now he can
13.
just win with Entitled Customer.
Yeah.
Is this just a W now? Did he? I was honestly like almost dismissing Pocket Train this entire game because I just don't believe in Mind Warlock. But that last turn where he was able to completely clear the board, that was so crucial. Pocket Train just won with that. He gets to go face with the 3/3, plays Naval Mine and Entitled Customer. That's GG.
Thank you for your service.
Or he could do it this way. There you go, man.
Yeah.
All right, well played by Pocket Train. This was the deck that I argued was the weakest in his lineup, and it actually is the only deck in today's stream that has been able to beat Implock.
Finally, Implock lost. So, alright. So, but yeah, I think Quest Hunter for Paradox. No, it's Face Hunter. It's Face Hunter, that right? That Paradox have? No, it's Quest Hunter. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Quest Hunter.
It's Quest. I think Quest Hunter can be very favored against that Warlock.
Implock is really favored into Mindlock as well, and we saw what happened there. But this is a lot more favorable though for the Hunter.
Yeah.
What seems to be endless amounts of damage. And now that they have the coin, they can potentially cheat out even more. Pocket Train does find the rod really early, though. So if we can maybe get some Tamsin value, we can cheat the game. Kind of similar to what we did in the previous set.
The tracks lead this way.
All right, got the spicy bread baker in order to give us a pretty good turn 4.
Trust me.
Get some healing against this deck that just wants to go face. There is the Tavish already in hand, though, but I don't know if we really care about the strategy of going for 0 mana animal companions.
I think it's just giving you 100% of winning with Tavish. Where if you are going for the classic quest line, you can just get killed before with a very quick OTK from your opponent. Because sometimes that Warlock can kill on 8, and with that XL Quest Hunter, you're not that fast as before to kill your opponent, because you have lots of secret, for example, that are not dealing face damage. So yeah, this hunter is a little bit slow compared to the other one. So I like going to the Tavish line.
It's definitely not what you want to see if you're a pocket train right now. Because now you have to play around secrets. I wonder how emergency maneuvers works with the dormant minions. Like, do they actually stay dormant for one turn, or do they stay for their original turn? Like, if you were to kill that minion, would it still take 2 turns? Find out. Yeah, I haven't seen this interaction yet. Okay, so they come back as the dormant for 2 turns.
Yeah, they don't have one more turn to sleep. So it's quite strong. Because you don't have the downside of the secrets. And yeah, already 0 mana hero power for Paradox.
Immediately hits Huffer.
Always.
Let's see how many Huffers we're gonna encounter today. So you could. Do you ever trade Wicked Shipment to make the Tamsin cost 5 and then play Tamsin?
You know nothing of death.
Just to get the procs on the weapon? I guess if you do it this way, you're actually discounting a card you might want to play. Plus, you also have the Wicked Shipment already at 0. So yeah, I guess this is fine. Still get another discount next turn. If Pocket Train top decks the mine, is that lethal? No. He doesn't have a way of being able to clear and yeah, now with these secrets.
Yeah, with the you don't have the spell freezing trap, the frost trap, I think. So it's not that efficient against Pocket Train. Cause yeah.
A double freezing trap that's never gonna get procced.
Same for the explosive one.
I think we're just a mine away from being able to win this game. Now that we have the Hellfire, if we have 2 mana mine into Grimoire, into Wicked Shipment for 4 minions, okay, that's huge. Into Tamsin, is that enough mana? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, it's 8 mana total. So mine, I think, could win.
Lots of 0 mana cards for Pocket Train.
It looks like he's giving himself like 1 more turn to find what he needs.
Yeah.
He can tap again. Can use the 1 mana Grimoire in order to at least get rid of 8 damage. Probably better to play the Baker though, in order to get as much value as possible. I guess you also have Drain Soul into Hellfire? Just to kill the 7/5?
But you just wasted your Grimoire if you do that.
Fresh out of the oven.
Okay, you are not taking damage at least.
Thank you for your service.
Wait, but how are you gonna kill your mine now? How are we gonna win?
With your own Hellfire?
Yeah, but you were gonna potentially use Hellfire to clear the board after you play Wicked Shipment. Like if we top deck the mine, I don't think we can kill him.
Oh, okay.
But we need like over 12 Death Rattle procs. So we need at least 6 minions. So actually, Pocket Train doesn't even have enough. He doesn't even have enough minions in hand in order to do this yet. So yeah, this is actually fine. Hits a Fell Rift.
You can draw 2 cards with the impending.
Feel like you just have to take the draw here. Yeah. I mean that's 5 card draws.
Playing the shipment, alright.
Hey, there's the
That's a
mine.
mine.
Do we have a card to kill it off though? Like, do we have a touch left?
Whatever, you don't have the board space to play it.
If he's gonna be playing the hero power, then you don't have to worry about the board space. But again, like, we don't have a card that can kill the mine by itself. Like, you would have to play like mine into Hellfire or something. Pretty sure that I've been tracking this right. Like, I'm not using like, I have Deck Tracker, but I don't have his deck currently run through the Deck Tracker right now.
This way.
Yeah, both touches have been played.
Oh,
Both touches have been played. Both Grimoire sacrifices have been played. Wait, but there's a Mortal Coil left. That's how you can kill it with Tamsin.
first is triggering the ice trap.
Mortal Coil was the out dirt for this right here. Because then you could have traded the minions away, and it would have been enough.
Here you can just clear the board, trading 2 imps, 3 imps into the taunt minion and Hellfire.
The only issue now is if Paradox hits Puffers, that's a big deal.
Exactly. Also, by proccing that freezing trap, you are giving Paradox 1 extra hero power. Because he will be able to play freezing again. Trade.
We're stuck at 11. Now we only
Okay.
need 10 Death Rattles. So 5 minions. Wicked Shipment could do it,
Not Huffer, not Lyok also.
but now we have Ice Trap to worry about too. I don't know if we're gonna have enough.
8. Okay, 1 Huffer off.
Honestly, another Leok would do it too. He has
Yeah.
to roll Misha.
No.
Oh my god, he hit Misha.
And the last one?
I think I saw an attack. I think it's Huffer.
Here
Oh
it
my
is.
god.
The last one.
I mean, that was a well-fought game on Pocket Train side, in all honesty. I don't know how much I agree with the Grimoire use. I think that's the only real question mark that I had during this game. But other than that, very, very well done on both sides. Paradox was able to get the pressure that was needed in order to make Pocket Train's removal turns as desperate as I guess they could be. Because if he didn't remove those key turns, then he would have died a lot sooner. Pocket Train going in with the immediate mulligan, though. He knows these decks inside and out.
Fury.
You got any loot on you?
Yeah. Paradox, though, has the nuts, or not really the nuts.
I see you brought game.
Actually, no, I take that back. He's got 2 secrets in hand. Okay. I saw a bunch of, like, cheap spells, and I was like, oh, yeah, we're gonna proc this quest, but, yeah, this is not looking the greatest for the Hunter side. Well, for Pocket Train, kind of the same, but you've at least got 2 card packages that you just need to supplement. So if we top deck Smoke Screen, we might be able to do something nuts, but we already have 2 Death Rattles in hand. Ooh, sketchy. Okay. So you could Snowfall Graveyard, attack with your weapon, and if it's explosive, you get 8 damage. Easy. Or I guess you could also.
What have we here?
No, you should just attack with the Snowfall Graveyard. Okay, yeah. So like you play Snowfall Graveyard, you attack, you deal 8. You could play Sketchy Information, get the other card, deal 8. Play Counterfeit Blade, deal 8 plus 4, and then that's 28 damage so far. With a mine still in hand. Snowfall Graveyard at the bottom, so if we play another Gone Fishing, we can double up the Death Rattles again. This is kind of, like, I don't know who's actually favored here. Oh! Okay.
You have the Trickster Smokescreen, but yeah, this time you already draw also 1 mine, 1 Acolyte, so...
Do you ever just roll it here and now, just so that way you can try to steamroll the Death Rattle damage? Because yeah, we already have 2 of the minions. One of the cards you don't even really care if you draw it, and if anything, you're kind of upset that you drew it. And there it is.
1 mine.
So now you can't even get sketchy information
Yeah.
value. But at least you got weapon value. That's something. But at the same time, now you can play Snowfall Graveyard. You have Forsaken Lieutenant and Naval Mine. If those die together, that's 16. So yeah, I think what's probably going to happen here is that Pocket Train's just going to probably trade the Blackwater Cutlass, play the Counterfeit Blade, and just start dealing some damage. Although now that I just think about it, Explosive Trap just got procced. So how are we gonna kill the minions? Not like this hunter wants to take extra damage. Yeah, if the Naval Mine just didn't get drawn here, this would have been an insane turn for Pocket Train. But now Paradox is building up a board. That 3-1 is just another 3-1. Another minion we have to deal with.
But with 1 weapon already equipped, the health point from Paradox can go down very quick.
Yeah, the freezing trap does get a little bit in the way.
Yeah, you can't rush.
The dead never rest.
Wait, no, this is fine. We actually just have lethal next turn. That's with 16 damage, actually. Paradox just wins this. Because Counterfeit Blade into the Naval Mine. Naval Mine automatically dies.
Yeah. And you can trigger the Death Rattle from the blade with your own weapon. Or with the Cutlass.
Okay, so I guess Mine Rogue is still pretty good against Quest Hunter, even though it has 40 HP.
Yeah, because you need more damage to kill him, but the Face Hunter is slower than before, so you have more time to kill him. And yeah, that's it. And also, yeah, the explosive, killing the bomb.
Boom. Complete overkill. Even had a hero power for 8 extra damage. Nerf deck now.
2.
Yeah,
Alright. So for the final game, we'll have Shaman against Bomb Rogue.
How bad is this matchup for the Bomb Rogue? Because, like, alright, so with 40 HP Shaman, this matchup feels great. 30 HP Shaman, but also running Wildpaw Caverns, and now having Coin. Seems pretty decent.
Our wild Bowen 3 will be something for sure. But yeah, maybe with a smokescreen high roll, with already a trickster in hand, can be something. Alright, another cutlass.
They're terrible, terrible turns. Triple trade by turn 2. But still not a good hand.
Yeah. Yeah, this backstab. Just feel
This game is
useless.
gonna get ended by Coin Wildpaw. Oh my god. Oh, this is terrible. What is he gonna do about the Wildpaws, man? And now top deck school teacher, so you can still keep the mana curving. Yeah, Pocket Train is like, in all honesty, man, Pocket Train has had some really crappy RNG this series. But if we hit Smokescreen now, we can do the high roll. That's the way to win. Top deck Smokescreen and hit all the death rattles.
Flames.
Honestly, like, Paradox really doesn't even need to do anything here. These 3/4s are just gonna solo the game. So he's gonna try and get the school teacher value. And if Pocket Train wants to get rid of Wicked Stab in order to kill the brain, he does have that option. But this is just, oh my god, man. Pocket Train just hitting absolute air, while Paradox is just sitting on so many resources right now. It's gonna value the freeze and value the damage. So let's see what's in this school teacher. The Nathrius has been top deck. Oh my god, that buffs the board. Yeah, Pocket Train literally has one more turn to hit the right spell. That is massive, dude. Nothing can stop us. Just giving your board +2/+2. Macaw is actually just lethal with this. Oh my god, but there's a smoke screen.
Wow, what is inside? Yeah, the combo for the trickster.
Let's muddy the waters.
Let's see. We need taunts. All right, damage
Okay.
is nice. We need taunts.
No. Taunt.
Wait, prep into sketchy. My game just froze. I think Pocket Train was playing a little fast. I would have ripped that immediately too.
8, 10, 14. Still not lethal. High is 1 mana off. 2 mana off. To play his own bomb.
Paradox has almost enough.
12.
I can't see his hand right now.
16. And
Oh my god, but he's got the lightning bolt. He's got exact lethal.
19.
Even after all of this, Pocket Train had a chance to come back. All he needed to do was top deck like a backstab or something. Oh my god, this was so disgusting. Dude, that school teacher was perfect. It was just perfect. It buffed the board +2/+2 and found another bit of damage in order to automatically take the series. Wow, my opinion on 30 card Shaman is completely different now. But at the same time, that was insane. That was an insane high roll.
Wow. That was very close, and yeah, that was the deciding game, I think. So yeah, Paradox and Deadrow will go to the next stage. So first, let's see if we can have the players into the interview.
Yeah, I saw that Pocket Train immediately logged off the game. I probably would have done something very similar. Like he had one good turn, and then it was like I have a chance, and then just death, immediate death.
Yeah, he also disconnected from the webcam. I will also ask Judgment. Okay, let's call at least Paradox.
I know that Paradox will probably want to talk about his lineup a little.
Yeah. And also Judgment can join us.
Yo, what's going on, Paradox?
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yes, we can.
And hello Judgment also. Oh.
New monitor setup going, but it turns out I don't have enough USB ports to have my mouse, keyboard, webcam, and mic on at the same time. So I just had to duck over my desk just to try to get the mic plugged in.
Yeah. I saw it on the webcam. I was going to ask what is going on.
Yeah. My tech situation is not good, but you know what? That's okay, because we're here now, and that's all that matters. And I'm just trying to make sure that I can get my mouse going instead of my keyboard. There we go. We're all good now.
Just win the next Masters Tour and buy a new PC with it.
There we go.
Oh.
Right, and just making sure I've got the right mic.
Yeah.
Okay, I should have the right mic now, because I think Discord was picking up my bad mic, but it should be picking up the good one now.
Great.
Feel good?
Yeah, Judgment, we
You're
are
just fine.
not hearing you well. I don't know if you are hearing us. But
I can hear you, I just haven't spoken,
Oh.
that's all.
Okay, alright.
You were too enticed by my bombastic personality. You didn't want to interrupt. I understand.
I was just listening to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Perfect.
need more stories in Hearthstone, right? More
Yeah,
storylines to
it's
follow.
rough up here, up in Scotland. Maybe I'm the real Scottish player now instead of Meaty. Or... But yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed the matches. Was there any particular highlights you wanted to point out to me in Judgment? Or are we just waiting for everyone to turn
Oh,
up?
I have a great highlight for you, Paradox. It's about the bartender you misclick, you traded in the first in the first game.
Yeah. So I was about to say, I even talked to Judgment about this at the time. So I put the bartender right at the end of the board, and I was going to play it, and then the game registered it as trading, and I was like, no, because that could have cost me the game. Unfortunately, it didn't. But man, you saw me on camera, so I was kicking myself for that one. And then you see, every time after that, when I play bartender, I make sure to put it on the left side of the board, just to make sure that it doesn't get traded back in.
At least you will remember, maybe. Are you doing it often? Because personally, I am doing it every week to just trade instead of playing a card. Is it the same for you, or only tonight it happened?
This is the first time it's ever happened to
Wow.
me.
Okay, so maybe
Yeah,
the
it never
last.
happened to me either.
Hopefully the last. Please God, hopefully the last.
I think I've seen Rami misplay Lethal before with doing the same thing with tradable cards. So it's not the first time that this is gonna happen, and it's definitely not gonna be the last.
Yeah, that is rough. I guess Pocket and Deadrow aren't joining us then. I guess they're too busy prepping for the MT. Yeah, that's a shame.
One thing I actually wanted
to
to ask was to Judgment. because I saw a potential way that you could have won the Mine Rogue game versus Paradox when he was playing Implock, and it ended up coming down to using the weapon on the 1-3 at one point in the game.
Can I interrupt that real quick, Clark? Because you're wrong. That actually didn't happen. What happened was, if you remember, on turn 2, Judgment had a Shatter Shambler, a 1-3 in play, and I traded into it with my Librarian, and that's why it was a 1-2.
Okay. All right.
It was not a dagger hit.
Okay,
I
then never
assure you,
mind.
it was not a dagger hit.
Because I saw the dagger was a 1/1, and I noticed the minion had -2 HP. So never mind. Okay, so because I was literally talking about during that series that if there was one more HP that was available on that, Judgment literally had exact lethal ready to go with that. And that just okay, never mind. My big point isn't as impressive anymore. I concede.
Don't worry,
surprising how
Judgment
close.
raked me over the coals with the Mine Rogue play from earlier, where I tapped and put myself in lethal range. Like that was kind of silly. It's like at the time I was trying to fish for the 5-drop again, and I just blanked. I didn't realize that 27 was a potential like lethal like boundary, but I shouldn't have tapped on 4, and I nearly got punished for it, but thankfully I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, your imp lock was pretty much uncontested until Mine Lock was able to stop your streak.
Yeah, dude, right. I have no idea why no one in my group apart from me brought 2. I have actually no idea. So for my prep, right, I'm going into this and I'm like, okay, so Pocket's in my group. Pocket in my group means automatically that everyone brings Alignment Druid, because Pocket Train hates 2 things the most in this world: Celestial Alignment and Theatar the Mad Duke. And so I knew everyone was going to bring Alignment Druid to counter him. So I was like, okay, we just bring the hard counter to Alignment Druid, which is Zoo. And then I just need the mage counter, which is Quest Hunter. And then the 4th is a Shaman, because Shaman is arguably the best deck in the game at the moment.
Oh, yeah, so that does raise the last question I definitely wanted to ask you, Paradox. What's your take on 30-card Shaman versus 40-card Shaman?
So, from what I can tell, like based on the stats, and based on obviously what the MTOG has been like letting me know, I think 40 card is probably better. It's definitely better in like matchups like Mine Rogue and like Hunter, where you kind of need to have the 10 HP. Because like we saw in the Judgment game, right, where he just had the collateral damage and just blew me out. But if I was able to like have 10 more health, I could have possibly like made a line, right, don't go for Snowfall for like 2 more turns, and then I possibly get that. So I think 40 health definitely is a lot of merit. It's kind of hard to argue that like 10 extra cards is even that bad, because there's so many good cards in Shaman anyway.
You think there's any reason to bring 30-card Shaman over 40-card Shaman, though? Like for consistency with Snowfall Guardians and whatnot? Like, is there... Because I was trying to come up with a reason, and I really can't think of why we would specifically play 30 over 40.
The main reason I can think of, and it's super minor, is like maybe for stuff like Alignment Druid and the combo decks where you really want to hit Theatar and Mutinous. Because like with Mutinous, you only technically have like 3 ways of getting it. Like you either draw it or you tutor it with Gulak Ravager. But with Theatar the Mad Duke, you have no way of getting that card apart from drawing it. So when you're running 10 extra cards in your deck, it's like harder to draw that card. And in certain matchups, like you kind of need it to win the game. Like we saw earlier, right? Like Judgment, like play Theatar in Mage against Pocket Train when he was playing the Phylactery lock. He just got Phylactery and the game's over. Like that card is just so good against combo decks. It's actually insane.
Is it worse than Elucia?
Mate, right. I think Elucia was perfectly fine and should never be nerfed. So I'm really happy that Theatar is in the game. Theatar in the game and combo decks being bad has made me the happiest person on the planet. This expansion is amazing.
I shouldn't have asked the priest player. What was I thinking?
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll let Judgment speak now because I've been talking for way too long. I am sorry.
I was just curious, actually, how did your last match go? Because I haven't seen the end of the stream yet.
Right.
Sorry?
So we're in... Oh, wait, no. Like, on the stream now, I've literally just won the game because I had, Bran like I played like say in the last game, I was mulliganing like ridiculously hard for caverns because I knew like if caverns stuck, it's like so hard for Pocket to get there. Because I then get the free fall, and the free fall means his weapon never attacks ever again. And then he has to go through like so many more hoops to kill me. So then I cavern, the free fall sticks, like he has to swing a weapon to it, but it sticks. And then I go Bran into school teacher, which then gets anything can happen, nothing can stop us, and lightning bolt while Bran is on the board. So he just got deleted in like 2 turns, but he pushed me pretty close.
It's a pretty insane game. School teacher. Honestly, I haven't seen school teacher see play at all since the expansion's gone live, and that was like the biggest high roll that I could imagine. Because it wasn't even just the fact that you hit the nothing can stop us. You also hit lightning bolt for the perfect lethal setup going into the next turn. And looking at Pocket Train's hand, he could have won the game if he had a card that could have destroyed the mine. That smoke screen was really, really, the important turn that he needed to bring himself back. But then it was just game over after the lightning bolt was discovered.
Yeah, there was technically one other out that I was kind of digging for from school teacher as well, which was Feral Spirit, because then I get like 4 2/3s of taunt, and that functionally does something pretty similar to Nothing Can Stop Us. But yeah, for sure, I got pretty lucky on the school teacher rolls at the end there. But that's what you go for in game 5, like when you're at like 20 health. Like against Mind Rape, the only way you win against that deck is just by killing them, like before you can kill them. Like unless you get like super lucky and they just brick, but most of the time it's just killing them before they can kill you. That's how I approach
was a
the
lot of
matchup.
bricks. Matt, do you have any other questions?
Not other, just got the official confirmation about the winner of the group, Dead Draw and Paradox. So I qualified for the next stage, and sadly Judgment and Pocket Train will stop in this stage, but because it was not a group with some ties, I think you already knew it.
Oh, did Pocket lose the Judgment? I didn't actually see that part of
Yeah.
the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, good job, buddy. You made my life way easier.
The
Cheers.
combo decks were kind of struggling
Yeah, congrats.
this round.
Yeah, nah. Bring Zoo to the MT. Zoo is good.
Have you?
I know like certain people who I will not name because of MTOG stuff, but some people like, do I bring Zoo? I don't know. I don't know how good it is. It's like it just wins. It's just consistent like most of the time.
What do you
Like,
think
I
of
even bricked a
the
few
new?
times in those games as well.
What do you think of the new rank 1 legend Implock that people have discovered in the past 24 hours? The one that plays Kael'thas, Gigafin, and Sire Denathrius. Do you think that deck is bait, or do you think it's just a different way of building a lineup?
It has potential for sure. Like a big part of how like Zoo can lose games sometimes is that you're out of cards, especially against like Mage and Shaman. They can either just like board lock you or just clear your stuff forever. Like once Zoo is off the board, it's usually just game over. Like we saw that in a few games, especially against the Warlock where Pocket the Lucker top deck Tamsin on 9. Oh, I was fuming. It was like only draw that gets him there and he gets it. But yeah. Like when you get like Kael'thas and Denathrius and especially Gigafin, you just have so many extra high roll potentials and that can sometimes pull you over the line.
Yeah, Gigafin is honestly nuts, I feel like, especially in like the mirror. Because if you just destroy their board and then you build up this gigantic board, like they have nothing. Warlock has nothing from hand that they can play in order to immediately deal with like any taunts or any minions. So suddenly you just have 11 attack on the field in the mirror, which can just literally win the game.
Yeah. I was about to say, it's kind of funny because I remember seeing earlier there was another like ranked 1 Warlock deck list that came out from someone who like I saw the winning screenshot and they had the name Paradox on. I was like, it's like, come on, dude. There's 4 of them now. There's 4 of them. We've got the Japanese one, the Russian one, the American one, and now apparently the Indonesian one too. And half of you still call me Paradox anyway. When it's freaking Paradox on screen, it triggers me. So please don't do that. I beg of you.
At least we know that your name change was done for a good reason.
Right. So we are over with the interview. Yeah. Okay. So thank you both of you for joining us, and I wish you the best of luck in the next event you will face in the next months.
Yeah, good luck at the Massive Store, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck, Judgment. I won't be playing tomorrow, but of course I will be rooting for the MTOG and its many, many members, and the MTOG will be secretly rooting for Judgment so they can kick all the UK players out. But it's a hard knock life. But yeah, thanks you guys as always for running the event. Thanks as always to Vex Gaming for doing maximum social media promotion, and of course thank you to both of you for being able to host this event this evening. It's been a blast, I'm sure.
Nah, thanks for giving me my first casting event of Castle of Murder Castle Nathria. I've really been enjoying this set, and watching competitive play is actually going to be really interesting. I feel like for this next Masters Tour, yes, there are the decks that are quote unquote overtuned, but when we start throwing bans into the equation, I feel like we're gonna find like the next like big deck at the tournament.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll definitely be tuning in for sure. Like viewership for Hearthstone has been going up quite a lot lately. I know like the Solar Party had like 10k concurrence, so